Fossil fragments, everyone. So dang simple, yet so gosh darn important and very useful, mind you. Thing is though, I could actually end the video right here, and you'd probably know a good 80% of what you need to know about them immediately. That said, I still know that a lot of folk are always asking me what they are and where to actually get them. So let us actually make something out of this video here, yes? Yes, and let us begin with how to find these bones of ancient beings. And fossil fragments are found solely in stalagmites of any size and shape down here in the caves, and have a 10% chance to drop no matter what. Yes, it does not matter if the stalagmite's generated as full, medium, or low tier variants. It is a 10% chance for each and every one, period. So you best hope to get lucky, as stalagmites aren't exactly renewable. And neither are these stalagmites, folks. What are they and why do we care, Beard? Well, they are special dens of cave spiders, and house up to 3 spiders each, so be mindful there. But we care about them because they boast a 100% chance to drop at least 1 fossil fragment each. And to top it all off, they even have a 50% chance to drop a second one to boot. But like stalagmites, they too are not renewable. So let us hope for some good numbers of them, right? Right, but I really wouldn't worry too much about all of that, if I'm honest, as we have a lot of options when it comes to both stalagmites and stalagmite spawns here. As we've got the tall stalagmite terrain biome, with all its bats and guanos lying and flying about. The normal stalagmite terrain biome, with its cave spiders of course, and thus extra stalagmites. The outskirts of the ruins, aka the light ball biome really, typically offers even more tall stalagmites as you can see. And lastly, and this one might be a little strange, don't discount your red mush tree forest either. Why? Well, they have both normal stalagmites and the occasional stalagmites too. So that's good stuff. But Beard, what are fossil fragments actually used for? Well, let's start with the intended purposes, yes? As fossil fragments are meant to be used together by us to construct things called odd skeletons. The 3 skeletons that you saw at the start of the video here are the 3 types out there, mind you. And we have a 60% chance to create the quote-unquote correct one, with a 20% chance to make each of the other 2. And a hammer can be used to break fossils individually, or when they're constructed like this in the event that we need to move them around. But Beard, what do you mean by the correct fossil form? Well, this guy. And does he look familiar? It should, as this odd skeleton formation is what leads to all 3 forms of the reanimated skeleton itself. And here before you are the forest and cave variants brought to life by the Shadow Atrium dropped by the Shadow Pieces boss fights. And each are quite unique and actually controllable if you have the Shadow Thurible from the ancient fuelweaver mind. But the Forest Stalker will roam about till morning, leaving behind a trail of ferns, light bulbs, and even glowberries that are all 100% interactable, mind you. And the caves guy is just angry and wants to kill things, really. You included, if you don't have that Thurible I mentioned. Now they're pretty neat, and can be made over and over and over again too if you wish, so make notes. But yes, likely the most important use of fossil fragments around is that of spawning the last variant of said reanimated skeleton, the flippin' ancient fuelweaver itself. Yup, something as small and potentially insignificant as fossil fragments leads to some of the biggest events in this game, folks. So you better go get some. And if not for any of that, then perhaps for its secondary potential, its ability to block mobs and bosses. Not all bosses, mind you, as Berger, Toadstool, Claws, and the flying big bads don't give a single crap about them, but Deerclops, Muskus, Vargs, Spider Queens, Tree Guardians, and a select others can absolutely be trapped with ease. Well, unless Clopsy loses aggro on you, that is, then he can actually target the fossils, as they are technically structures in the game's mind. But still, just note how fossils can serve as impassable walls at little cost to us. And that's kind of the takeaway. And in fact, most medium and definitely most small mobs stand zero chance of getting through these things without being pushed through by a glitch, really. So you should really make note here. You guys have seen me use these in all sorts of mob farms over the years, and for that exact reason, you should probably start thinking of using them yourself too. For us here today though, there is just simply no way we can cover all the potential uses of fossils in that regard. So be sure to list your ideas down below for others to see. Like the Moonstone event, for example. Perhaps this, spider farms, pig farms, fire farms, trapping mobs, blocking mobs, you name it. Again, you have likely seen these used by a lot of people in lots of different ways. I just wanted to give you the basics, really. So with that in mind, the last basic thing I need you to know is how spacing fossil fragments could lead to openings in whatever you're building, so you gotta be careful. You need to place them pretty close to prevent holes in your walls, even if it looks like there aren't any holes in your walls, mind. But not too close either, otherwise you're just gonna be blowing through your likely very limited fossil supply rather quickly. Now you could always just use a combination of end tables and fossil fragments, but just go tip to tip with fossils, and I think you're gonna be okay in most cases. And there you have it, everyone. A real quick rundown on fossil fragments and their basic uses within Don't Starve Together here. Now, was that everything? Of course not, especially on the side of blocking mobs and all that. But now, you have the know-how to experiment with these things and perhaps go further beyond with some of that reanimated skeleton nonsense. So thanks for watching, folks. Well wishes to all. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but a hammer's just gonna smash them to pieces. And I'll see ya in the next one. Bye-bye.